Cool, guys. Welcome to Basically MTG. I'm here with Freddie and Colin, and today we're going to be talking about our pet cards, or a couple of our pet cards that we enjoy for Commander. First off, we'll go ahead and have Freddie give us one of his pet cards. And
all right, I actually did bring him just to help myself remember and a little visual, but in cEDH, one of my pet cards is Lightning Bolt. If I'm playing red, which I often don't, I think Lightning Bolt is pretty versatile overall, kills a lot of the metagame and just deals 3 damage. Pretty good, underrated. I like to transfer over some of the 60 card format staples.
Yeah, sometimes that 3 life can really sting in the face of like an Adnaz or just shoot a Bowmasters.
Oh, One Ring as well.
Yeah, it's definitely good for creature removal if something stacks in the table out and stopping you from trying to get your game plan online.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty simple for me to start.
Nice.
But what about you, Colin?
I brought a few, but I'll start with actually a commander, Marnius Caligar. It's definitely not one of the best, but I'm a big fan of Esper, and playing a giant 6/6 flyer sometimes just isn't that spicy. I got into the format when I'll actually mention 2 of my other cards when Dramatic Reversal and Isochron Scepter were kind of the combo in my opinion, but that's been kind of taken over by what is it? Thoracle and Demonic Consultation. But I still have a real soft spot for any kind of infinite mana outlet. So
Nice.
You know, a big beater doesn't hurt as well.
It's and that was from the 40K.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I've seen that one on a couple of videos, and it does some work sometimes. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Esper's a good color combination as well.
Yeah, some underrated cards from that set as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think one of my favorite cards, pet cards, would be Smothering Tithe. I always try to fit it in wherever I can, just because I like to be that annoying person at the table.
Yeah.
Do you want to pay 2? You're going to pay the 2? And most games, people are like, just take your treasure. I'm not paying 2. So
Nobody pays.
No. And then that was actually one of the first cards I remember buying a single of was a Smothering Tithe. And then we bought a box of Ravnica, and Heather opened one, a foil one, and she goes, I think this is good. And then she showed me. I was like, heck yeah, that's awesome.
That was worth a lot at the time.
Yeah. So I think it was like $60 or $70 at the time. So
Nice.
It was a good one for sure.
Yeah, that's a crazy
Actually,
pull.
I pulled one in my pre-release pack for
nice.
was it Ravnica Allegiance?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was exciting.
Cool. I guess we'll just move on to the next card.
Yeah.
Let's go with Colin for the second one first.
Cool. Yeah, so this is a combo of cards. So we got our Hermit Druid and Dread Return. Another one that I was actually trying to tech against. I was testing my Najeela against a Thrasios Timna that was running the Hermit Druid combo, and I was trying just my damnedest to try to beat it, and eventually I just kind of got with the mindset of, well, if you can't beat them, join them. And as a Najeela player, I find that having 3 creatures to sacrifice to basically win the game is not very hard to achieve.
Sure. Makes sense.
Yeah, so I've been really into it. I've yet to see another Najeela player running it, but I've been fairly into it. It's also fun as like a kind of like a red herring, like a false threat. You know, people waste their removal on your Hermit Druid when you're actually trying to win with Najeela. So
makes sense too.
And I see that a lot of your pet cards are like combos. What drew you to those combos in the first place?
Say that again?
I noticed a lot of your pet cards were like combos, like Isochron Scepter, Dramatic Reversal, and Dread Return, Hermit Druid.
Yeah.
What really drew you to those combos to make them like your kind of pet cards?
Well, particularly with Dramatic Scepter, one of my like most favorite periods of Magic was original Mirrodin block. So I run the original printing just for nostalgia, really. It really wasn't a card that people cared about at that time, but you know, when I was a wee babe, for some reason, something about Isochron Scepter, I was like, this is so cool. Everybody's like, the card sucks. I was like, it's gonna be cool, I swear.
When Kaladesh came by and gave it Dramatic Reversal.
Exactly.
Right, it all changed.
Yep.
Cool. I think another one of my pet cards would probably have to be just Swords to Plowshare. I like creature removal. Something that I try to put into every deck I can, and it's pretty easy because you want some kind of removal for when you're playing. So, and then it exiles also. So
Yeah, I
it's
agree with you.
Even better. So
Yeah.
I guess it's a staple, not really a pet card, but either way, I like it, and I have all the different arts and versions of it that I can get my hands on. So that's just one of the ones I like.
Yeah.
Which one's your favorite, if you remember it off the top?
I like the white border Swords to Plowshare.
Like the original
mhm.
art? Yeah,
Oh,
that's
the
the one that I
field.
run.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's tight. I like that one.
I like that one. I like the one where it has like the sword and it looks like a shadow clone going through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's cool too.
That's
You know,
so
kind
cool.
of transitions. in
Yeah.
the artwork. Nice. What about what is another card you like?
I always really liked it, but more recently I ended up including it in a lot of my decks. It's Lightning Greaves. I just like the ability to turn on dorks, like mana dorks, for free. Protecting, I mean, we've already listed, 2 removal spells, the Lightning Bolt and the Swords to Plowshare. I think that Lightning Greaves is really versatile and has a lot of utility. So
Sure.
this is one of my favorites. I don't know, it's also kind of brings me back to when I started playing Commander.
Yeah.
Because it was like it was in every deck.
Yeah.
And then when I
definitely.
transitioned to cEDH, it was like, oh, I don't get to use this as much.
Yeah.
But now that I get to, I'm actually pretty pumped.
It's a 0 equip cost, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of hard to beat. Like,
Definitely.
And Shroud over Hexproof, most of the time you don't care.
Who you're not equipping another equipment, like, or
No.
another aura or anything. Like,
No, not my style. I think it fits perfectly because on like a Voltron sense, it would be pretty bad.
Yeah.
But
nice.
Nice. All right, I'll go ahead and give us another card here. I personally like Pithing Needle. Being able to stop other creatures' activated abilities is awesome.
Yeah.
You just play it, and then you can name Kinnan, and then you can't get those flips or Najila. You
Najila.
can't get those activations. Thrasios is
Yep.
a good one, and you can name a bunch of different targets for it, and it's versatile, and you can use it in different ways, so it can be effective. And it's cheap to cast, 1 mana.
Yeah.
All right.
When in cEDH, artifact removal isn't really that common. So, like, you can honestly just turn off a lot of decks, and most people can't do anything about it.
Right.
yeah, and the good thing about Pithing Needle too is like you never really get bored of it because it's on you to name the card, so you always have to be engaged and like thinking about it and like, oh, what am I gonna name and what's the right thing? Because sometimes there's a Najila, but there's also 2 Thrasios.
Yep.
So I feel like there's always room for improvement.
Yeah, when you can get like a 2-for-1 off of it, you're facing 2 Thrasios decks. That's supreme.
It's
I like
delicious.
that. Yeah. Well, what about you? Do you got another one?
Actually, I do. I something that goes pretty well with Pithing Needle. I have Displacer Kitten. This one, ever since it was released, it's just been one that I try to build around. It has a lot of combos, and it's not really a niche card, but it's something that has a lot of utility outside of just the Teferi combos and everything, like Pithing Needle.
Yeah.
You cast any non-creature spell, and say you made the wrong call on Pithing Needle, you blink it in, it enters, and then you name something else.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice. I actually just bought my first copy of it, so I haven't gotten to experiment very much
Of
with
the
it.
kitten?
With the kitten.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
kittens.
blinks your rocks for mana. Like you just cast something, blink your mana crypt after you already tapped it, something like that. So
Nice.
yeah, I think it's a really good card. One of my favorites.
I like the cat too. It was one of the ones I chased after that set when it came out, the full art one, and then I got a playmat of it. So I like that one a lot. I use it in Thrasios and Bruce. Went to Fairy, doing a little flickering and drawing.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Well,
Yeah.
it's like a combo outlet, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Make an infinite mana and draw in your library.
It's not bad.
Yeah. Do you have another pet card of yours? to
Yeah,
share?
yeah, I didn't bring it along, but damn, I'm actually has has a real soft spot in my heart. I mean, speaking of nostalgia, Wrath of God used to be like probably my favorite card when I was like a child. It was just like it destroys all creatures. How can anything be better?
Right?
Yeah.
That was like, I think the first card I ever got like a full play set of, and I'd force it into every terrible standard deck. I think this was around like 10th edition. I didn't know how to play Magic, but I had my pet card, so I played 4 of them.
Makes sense.
But yeah, so the fact that Damn is transformative, it goes from just like a single removal to board wipe. When I first saw it, like the child in me was just like,
Yeah.
I think that's my favorite card right now. It's not a good one, but one of my favorites.
Makes sense though. I mean, it's versatile, like you said, and it doesn't. Well, I guess it does affect your board state too, but yeah, I mean, it's a cool card. The artwork on it's pretty sweet too.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I got the extended frame one.
nice.
It's really pretty.
Oh, that's solid.
Heck yeah.
What about you, Nate?
Oh, for my next card?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I think I don't know. It's kind of cheesy, I guess, but like Cyclonic Rift.
I mean,
It's
yeah,
versatile
okay.
also. So
yeah,
I feel like we're not getting into, I guess, pet cards, but more of like just our favorite cards, which I guess can be defined as pet cards. But I like Cyc Rift. I like being able to single target, remove, or bounce something on my opponent's board. And if I'm feeling frisky, I'll just bounce the whole table back up to everybody's hands, and
Yep.
they'll have their mana rocks won't be out, their creatures for defending. So I like Cyc Rift. And then there's a bunch of variations on the artwork now. I'm just basic, so I have just a basic one, not even foil, no full art, no edged one.
yeah.
Yeah, just one that you carry through.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of just like playing the original art, you
Yeah,
know, original
sure.
art with the original set symbol. For me, it's more of like a history thing.
Yeah,
It's just like,
that
when
makes
was this?
sense.
Oh, it was then.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea either. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just get the whatever I can afford. It's usually the cheapest one. Dude,
Sure.
heavily played.
That's how I start too. I start with that one, and then if I come across another one that's a little blingier, I'll try to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have another card for us?
I do actually. I have it's a pretty big haymaker, Toxrill the Corrosive.
Ugh.
Honestly, if I'm gonna play something like, I love neoforming into this from Cigar, and I just love the utility that it gives you. It's an outlet with Dramatic Scepter.
Yep.
And yeah, just the ability to not only create an army but just wipe everyone's board.
Yeah.
You become public enemy #1, but
Right away.
Yep.
you do. But if they can't do anything about it, one turn cycle wrecks the board.
What is wrong with you?
Dude, I mean, yeah, I guess you're getting a good look at my personality. Lightning
No.
bolt, Toxrill, all these
Must
terrible
murder, kill
cards.
things.
Have you ever tried it as the commander?
Yes, it wasn't one that I built, but I believe I did actually play it on the channel at one
nice.
point.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll probably go back and see.
Yeah.
That's
I think there's
incorrect,
some
but-
videos.
Did it feel difficult to cast it multiple times?
To be honest, no, because the deck was revolved. It had a lot of mana rocks in the first place because it was running Scepter and Ice or Dramatic Reversal.
Not Smothering Tithe though.
Not Smothering Tithe. I cannot.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's
Yeah,
rough.
Toxrill's cool. I guess with all the mana rocks and acceleration you could get it out, and then if it gets killed, you could get it out again. And I mean, people are playing Atraxa now, and that's 7, and I see people get Atraxa out on turn 1 or 2, and I'm just like, what the F?
Yeah. How did this happen?
Yeah,
Yeah, you just
we're
do it.
in trouble.
Rituals, mana rocks. Just,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's oh wow.
What do you have for another one for yours? Do you have it with you, or is it another one you just thought of?
I had one and I forgot it. If you have another one, Nate, I will
man.
ponder.
A Ponder's always a good card.
No, I mean ponder's great, but I always cut it.
Yeah, that is always the first one on the block to get cut. I guess the new Nanogen conversion, I think that's what it's called. I guess it's a new card, so it can't be a pet card, but I really like the card, so... And it goes good in Eureka, so you can cast it and then turn all your attackers into Eurekos, and then when they deal damage, you're getting all those triggers off each individual Eureka, so it's not just one trigger, and then the other one's triggers, so it's like if you have 4, it's the first one sees the other ones, plus itself, obviously, so 4 times 4, I guess, would be 16. You get 16 triggers off of one
Wait, what?
Yeah, Nanogen conversion. So all your creatures become a copy of a target creature that you control. Not all your creatures, but I think it's every creature.
And they're not legendary?
No.
Is that from Kaldheim?
No, it's actually from Doctor Who.
Oh,
it's a new,
really?
new,
It's
new
like
card.
new,
So I
new.
guess, like I said, it's not a pet card.
Yeah.
It
But-
sounds like it could be, man. That sounds terrible.
Yeah.
I already don't like facing Eureka. You're telling me about 16 triggers?
Yeah,
I'm finding this out right now.
It's nasty.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty gnarly. However many creatures you have out, and they all become Eurekos, so they're all triggering off each other and different things like that.
Yeah. That's cool.
That deck is crazy.
So,
I did think of my card.
okay, what do you got?
It's unfortunately I cut it a lot, but it's Deranged Hermit. The fact that it can just kind of be a gotcha on the front face,
Sure.
where you someone tries to add Nas at 5 mana, and you're just like, nope, because they have to pay an extra
Right.
3.
Yeah.
And then it flips, and it basically becomes like a Grand Abolisher.
Yeah.
Not a full Grand Abolisher, but like basically a Grand
Yeah.
Abolisher.
Yeah.
Like, and that's like really cool. It's also blue so you can be pitched to a force. It's just like a flexible card, but unfortunately, it's just always on the cutting board.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I
Still
feel
a
like
cool card,
whenever
though.
I'm like talking about like, oh, I can pitch it for Force of Will, and I'm just like, yeah, this is gonna get cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
makes
it's just like
sense.
you're just rationalizing some way. It's just like, yeah, I can pitch it to Force. It's still pretty good.
It's
I'll
a
keep
it's
it.
a bad justification.
Definitely. Nice. Well, those are some cool cards. Get to see a little bit about our personal preferences and things we like. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can let us know in the comments what your personal pet cards are. And yeah, I think that's gonna do it for us today.
Yeah.
Shout out to Chaos Tournaments. It's one of our partners that we promote them, and then they promote us in their content creator channel and let us post our videos on their Discord and just kind of spread the word for us. They just had a charity tournament. They raised $2,000 for charity, so that was pretty rad.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, and all the donations for the entry fee. So there was no entry fee, but it was donation based, and then they did some silent auctions, some pretty sweet stuff.
Nice.
And then yeah, I think that's you got anything to say?
Yeah, actually, we've also partnered with Level 7. It's our local game store. There's cEDH tournaments every Saturday. Recently just went to one, and yeah, we have a pretty good production overall. The
Yeah.
Cage.
Yeah.
The Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, our little play area for recording games.
And
So-
also, I believe we also been doing the Eminence Gaming format.
Yeah,
with
they've been
ours.
using the command tower. So
Mhm.
shout out to Eminence. That software is pretty rad.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool. I think that'll do it for us.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for tuning in.
Stay basic.